Welcome to IPMNation.com, the next generation of Internet radio, powered by Impact Player Music.
You are receiving a remote transmission from IPMNation.com. Stay tuned for further instructions. You are receiving a remote transmission from IPMNation.com. Stay tuned for further instructions.
sir.
And here we are at 832 Elm Street at Styling Souls. It is Tuesday night at a little bit past 11 p.m. Eastern Time, and this is Remote Transmission. With me, as always, Matthew Connerton, and I am Dan Randlett. And
Hello,
we are
Dan Randlett.
Speaking with, who are we speaking with tonight? We're speaking with...
Tonight we have Kurt. How do you say your last name, Kurt?
Hanig.
Kurt Hanig.
From not Kurt Hennig, the wrestler.
Not the wrestler?
Kurt, because he's dead, but Kurt Hanig from the band Before the Crash.
Oh.
Yes.
So Trish and I went and saw you guys on the cruise there, the Isle of Shoals thing a couple of weeks ago. Or was it last week? I can't remember. The time all runs together for me, but...
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, I hear you, but it was definitely a great show.
Yeah, it was fun, man. We
So,
got some good weather, and got to rock out on the ocean. It's always fun.
The weather was great, and it was a big surprise because that was the weekend that Hurricane Earl
Was supposed to be hitting.
was supposed to come in and ruin and ravage everything, and it ended up being a beautiful
Now, I
night.
don't want to ruin any things there, but Matt, I heard you almost fell off the boat. That's what I heard. That's the rumors I was told.
I was a little buzzed, but
I was told you had a sip of some alcohol and you almost fell off the boat.
I have almost no tolerance, and yes, I had a sip of alcohol, and I did not almost...
You had like a little thimble full of rum, and you were like almost off. You almost had to get the life preserver, and I don't know that.
It wasn't a thimble. It was like a coffee pot full.
Coffee pot. He was drinking that much? Wow.
He was. I was proud of him.
Wow.
See? Thank you, Kurt. Thank you for coming to my defense.
I got you back, man. Don't worry about it.
I appreciate it.
Well, it's
I
only
appreciate
because you're
it.
getting promotions and stuff
Well,
through
yeah,
the
well,
show. Of course, we're going to kiss your ass. I mean, come on. We know it was like a little tiny deer mouse size cup.
It doesn't take much to get me buzzed because I drink very rarely.
I heard you were
You
pulling.
heard it, lady. He's a cheap date.
Exactly. Very true.
You were pulling the whole top of the world on the front of the boat. And that's what I was told.
All lies. All lies.
Yes.
Well,
Exactly.
well, Kurt, tell us about Before the Crash. Where are you guys from?
We're from Hampton, New Hampshire, pretty much. You know, it's we're all local around here, and then our drummer is from Maine. So.
Oh, where in Maine is he from?
He's a drummer. He doesn't count though. So.
Right.
3-1. He's up in like the Kennebunkport area.
Oh,
there.
no kidding. So how long of a commute is it for him to? I assume you guys rehearse in Hampton, right?
Yeah, we do. We have a nice little jam space downtown. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, he drives down through traffic and it takes him about. I don't know. He usually just calls in and says, "I'm going to be late," and then we bitch at him. And it's Sean. He's our drummer, so that's our job is to bitch at the drummer. You know.
Exactly. How long have you guys been together? How long have you been a band?
With this lineup, basically we started playing him Before the Crash probably about I want to say about a year and a half ago, and then Sean joined us, and it really came together when he got in the band.
Yeah.
Probably about 6 months ago.
Okay, so this is a relatively new project then.
Yeah, it is. You know, but it's everyone's a pretty solid musician. We've all been in a ton of bands, so
Sure.
it's pretty easy coming together if everyone knows what the. We're on radio. If everyone knows what they're doing exactly.
Right.
So it's cool, man. I'm really enjoying the project. You know, it's nice, and it's nice to be playing with these guys. They're all talented dudes.
And when I saw you guys play on the boat cruise there, you didn't have any openers or any other bands. It was just you guys. So you obviously have a lot of material.
Yeah, it's all original. I mean, I think we threw in one cover that night because we were intoxicated. We had a couple thimbles ourselves, so
Yeah, I think you played Blister in the Sun, right? Was it Blister in the Sun?
Yeah. That's an old favorite. I love the Violent Femmes.
Yeah.
So it's like we threw that. I mean, I don't think anyone knew what we were doing. We just did it, and chicks. As soon as the chicks hear then it's they start dancing. So
Right.
It doesn't really matter if you suck at it or not.
How many songs do you guys have in terms of originals?
I want to say probably about upwards around 30. I mean, 5 to 6 are trash, but I mean they still they're still there.
That's
And
that's an incredible amount for
6 months. Yeah.
for such a relatively new project. I mean, do the songs just come really quick with you guys, or you guys just
Yeah,
you just have
it's
such
super
chemistry
easy.
that?
I mean, I'm fortunate enough to be in this band where everyone's a songwriter. I mean, our guitar player will come at us and we'll go to practice and say, all right, what do you got? And he'll give us a killer riff, and then I'll throw melody down. Or our bass player is also a great singer. He's also a guitar player and a songwriter. So,
Yeah.
he'll come in and say, "Hey, check out this bass line," and then literally, we'll go to a practice, and if everyone has their A game that practice, we come out with two gems.
No kidding. So you're writing pretty consistently. Is it literally like every practice you've got at least one new tune, or do you ever have practices where it's you're just practicing existing material?
No, we usually, if we have a big show, like we opened up for the Gin Blossoms, I think a month ago down at this place called the Blue Ocean Hall in Salt.
No kidding.
It used to be Tupelo. And,
Yeah.
if we're practicing for like a show where, we don't want to embarrass ourselves,
Sure.
then we'll get together and jam. But it's always about new material and stuff.
That's
So-
phenomenal. Is it hard when you have a show where you only have a limited amount of time? And like I said, the show where I saw you, you had a good couple of hours to play, but where you have shows where you don't have as much time, is it hard with that much material and with 4 of you in the band to kind of figure out what you're going to play and pare it down?
No, not really. Everyone's pretty consistent in their opinions of the songs. We'll
Yeah.
have a couple tunes. If we're playing, crowd-wise, if we're playing to a crowd and it's a bunch of like rocker kind of crowd, then we'll open up with some of the heavier tunes. But basically, we have a lot of songs, so we each have our favorites. But for the most part, musically, all like my favorites are pretty much Mike's favorite and the other Mike's favorite, and so we're lucky enough in that aspect that the ones that are mostly radio friendly are the ones we enjoy and would make the most sense to play out live.
Yeah. Do you write
So
all the...
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just wondering, as the singer, do you write all the lyrics?
I do. Yep.
Yeah.
All the lyrics and all the melodies are all neat, and then those guys just bring me really killer music, and that's about it.
Sure.
We gel pretty well.
Tell me about, I know this is kind of a generic question, but can you tell me about your influences? Because in the material that I've heard, and again, haven't seen you live, it seems like I'm hearing a lot of different kinds of things. I assume that there's a really interesting confluence of influences within the band.
Yeah, there is. Mike's a huge Replacements fan. Our bass player, my favorite bands, Jane's Addiction, Camper Van Beethoven. I'm just a huge fan of guitar. I play guitar. I don't play it in this band, but
Yeah.
I know what I like to hear. Our guitar player has a very unique sound. I've never played with anyone like him. He sounds like a heavier Cure kind of.
Yeah.
Lack of better, something better to say. But he likes Porcupine Tree and Maryland and stuff like that. I can't remember the band he's into now, but I just heard him on the radio recently. They're great.
Yeah.
Mumford and Sons.
Okay, yep.
So, and the drummers, into everything, kind of older stuff, and we're all fans of like Dinosaur Jr. and stuff from back in the day, and
Sure.
a lot of our stuff, sounds kind of like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of where our head's at. But we like to think that we sound like us.
Yeah.
So
Do you guys do any other covers other than Blister in the Sun? Because you can tell a lot, too, about a band's influences by the covers they do, obviously.
yeah, well, we do that one just because it's always a crowd pleaser. And,
Yeah.
we do. We're all huge Social Distortion fans. At least me and Mike are.
Oh, nice.
So we do Ball and Chain.
Uh-huh.
Me and Mike used to be in a band called Puddles of Joy back in the day, and he was a guitar player, and I sang and played guitar, and we used to do that one. So it was kind of a easy transition just to say, you know what, guys, we need a couple covers. We were in the jam space and just said, all right, here you go. I think it's like BAG. So here you go, play that for a second. And we had 4 minutes of a cover song. So
Right. Cool.
but, yeah.
Now, what is your main influence when you're writing your songs?
I don't know. They basically bring me music, and depending on what happened to me that week, is what shoots out of my mouth. So that's kind of how that goes down. Depending on how life's treating me that week is what comes up.
So if that's the week you go grocery shopping, you'll write about grocery shopping, or
I will write about Sam's Club chickens.
Yeah, actually, your lyrics are fairly sophisticated. It's not, it's not the typical "oh baby, you broke my heart" kind of stuff. I mean, there definitely seems to be.
Yeah.
You
I mean, some of it, if you break it down, that's a couple songs are that. But
Sure.
I like to articulate a little better than that, and I don't like people being able to dig into exactly what I'm saying.
Sure.
I like for them to, and then if I have to explain it to them at a later date, I can be like, well, here it is.
Right.
This is what I'm really saying. But yeah, for the most part, I like to. I've always loved words, always loved writing, so that's kind of what I do.
Well, it's one of those things that keep people thinking after they listen to your songs, and then kind of realize
exactly.
down the road, hey, wait a minute, I know what he was talking about.
Yeah. I mean, if you're a close friend of mine, then some of the songs are just like, really, you really wrote that? That's brutal. Like I have a song on our CD about my ex, and it's just love her to death, but it's not a flattering song. Let's put it that way.
Really?
Well, I mean, at the time, I was pretty pissed off, and I was leaving practice. I needed, like I said, I write about what I write about that at that point. And so I think I stopped at the Rathskeller and had a pizza and 5 beers and just penned it down, and it fit perfectly. So I couldn't change it. But I told her I was going to do it. I said, "Listen, this is going to go on my new CD. Do you mind?"
Now, has she heard it?
Yeah. She was cool. She was like, "Well, I don't want to, I don't want to strangle you artistically, so feel free."
Yeah.
And it made the cut, so we'll see.
Oh, that's good. Now, tell me about, you mentioned the CD. What is the current status of that? Do you have a disc actually out and available now?
We do. I believe the one we gave you a CD, right? That had like a train on the front.
Yes.
Okay, that's the CD that we had when we just got Mike, and that was probably like Mike when he came in the band. Our bass player really kind of it and made everything like, okay, we now have a lineup,
Sure.
And then as soon as we got rid of the drummer that we had when he joined, he was a guy, love him to death, but he had some issues he needed to take care of before we could continue. So we replaced him with Sean, our current drummer and permanent drummer.
Uh-huh.
So that's the lineup we have now, and we just instantly started writing at such a fast pace. It was the only logical thing to do. I mean, since we had that CD of, with 2 members on that CD are no longer in the band, and we were just writing killer music, or what we like to think is killer to us, and we were just like, you know what? And we got that we got a residency gig at Wally's down in Hampton Beach, great bar.
Yeah.
Guy Al's the owner. Is just couldn't be a cooler guy, cooler place, and we played there all summer, every Sunday, which we still do. We still have two Sundays down there.
Great.
And we were making enough money where it was just the only logical thing to do was like, you know what, guys, let's go in and record a new album. So we went in, and we were recording at a place called Milltown, which is in Rollinsford, up by UNH, basically.
Okay.
I went to school there a billion years ago. So we're recording there currently, and all I have to do is finish my vocals, so everything else is done.
Oh,
And,
great.
we got about 11 songs that are just unbelievable.
Now, how many songs are on the current disc?
On the disc that I think you guys have, I want to say 5 or 6.
Okay.
And
I don't
then,
have it in front of me. My copy is actually up at the Planet,
Right.
which will be airing soon. Of course, tomorrow night we'll be taping your interview for Local Outbreak, so want to let everybody know to watch out for that. But now the current disc, can you get it online?
The one that you have already at the Planet?
the one you have out now, or is that just available at shows, or how do people find that?
No, I believe you can get it. I mean, I want to say you can get it if you go to Before the Crash. I think it's Before the Crash Band on MySpace.
Okay.
I think you can either stream it or get it on there.
I know all the tunes are on there. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, you know what? I know you can because I've had people say, "Hey, I downloaded your CD." So
Yeah.
I think it's like $1 a song or something ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, just shoot me an email and I'll send you a copy.
I was gonna say, what a way to sell the disc. It's like $1 a song, some ridiculous amount like that.
Yeah, the new disc. I mean, I honestly, I rarely get excited about things, but I'm really, really pumped about this disc. It sounds killer, and just some of the songs on it are I'm just proud to be a part of. I can't wait.
Now, do you have an ETA on the new album?
Yeah, I mean, as soon as I get my act together and finish up, I just have to go in and lay vocals down and then a couple background vocals, and we have to mix it. It should be ready in a month, I want to say. It's called Upon Impact. That's the title. It's going to be Before the Crash, Upon Impact. We got this guy, Scuba Steve, doing the artwork. It looks killer. And then that's about it, man. We're pretty pumped, and then we're going to release it. We'll do a CD release probably at Wally's, and there's also a new bar. I just talked to the guy tonight. There's going to be a killer new bar in Portsmouth.
Really?
It's called Foo Bar. It used to be the Muddy River Smokehouse.
Oh, okay.
What's that?
I just said, okay, yeah, I know the place you mean. So I didn't realize that there was a new place opening there. Very cool.
Yeah, I was just in there. I had a beer before I came home, and I went downstairs, checked out the venue. He redid it downstairs, and it's going to be just a killer rock club. So
nice.
he's going to start booking bands probably this week. So
Great.
we'll do a local release there, and we'll get IPM down there too, and
Absolutely.
a little train. But yeah, I'm pretty pumped because Portsmouth hasn't had a live music venue other than the press room, which is great. But it's just we're a little heavier than the press rooms.
Right, that's true.
Normal bands down there. They get some great bands. Don't get me wrong. It's just not a lot of like hard rock bands going there.
Now, is there anything else that you mentioned? You're going to be at Wally's a couple more times, right? Anything else coming up that you want to mention as far as shows? Any big stuff?
No, we have just Wally's for the next 2 Sundays, and then we're pretty much locked in the studio, just really getting this project together and just doing our best to do that.
Yeah.
And, I mean, just log on to Facebook or MySpace, and that'll have direct links to where we're going to be and stuff. And like I said, we'll probably be down at Foo Bar in late October, November.
Okay.
And we do Wally's after the residency's over. We do that once a month, and I can't say enough about that place. And
Yeah.
the owner Al is just so cool, and they always have bands there every Friday and Saturday night. And then, like I said, we do Sundays.
Cool.
Usually cover bands on Friday and Saturday, but
Sure.
it's still the beach, and it's still a good time while it's still warm. So.
No, absolutely.
But yeah, the best thing to do is go on the site and check it out.
Cool. Well, did you have anything else you want to
Well,
ask,
the
Kurt? before
question
we
I was
let
going to
him go
ask
in?
was you were mentioning you guys recently opened up for the Gin Blossoms.
Oh,
Was
yeah.
there anybody else that you might have opened for or played with that you were really excited to be with?
No, I mean that was pretty much it. I mean, we're such a new band that all the bands that we played with are bands that we've invited to play with us, like Tim McCoy and the Paper Cuts. They're great. You should check them out. There's a band called Swamp Yankee. They're really, really great too. A band called Woodbury out of Boston. And those guys are they're 18-year-olds.
Really?
They sound like Tool. They just absolutely kick ass. I mean, those guys are just, you really need to watch for them. They're called Woodbury. Check them out. They're great. And other than that, it's just just playing and playing and playing.
Cool. Well, listen, we're going to we'll let you go. We're going to play the other song that I'm going to play is I really like this one a lot. Where Are You Gonna Go? Is this one by any chance the one about your ex?
No, that one's called Servant.
Oh, okay. Is that one on the MySpace?
It should be, yeah.
Okay.
It's a little prettier, but it's lyrically, it's not the most flattering.
Right.
She's a great girl, though. If she's listening, I love you. I love you for you.
Wow.
It's not for us.
Right. All right. Well, Kurt from before I almost said behind the crash from Before the Crash. Thanks very much for being here with us tonight, man.
Hey, thank you, brother.
I look forward to sitting down with you for the local Outbreak interview tomorrow, and we'll keep everyone posted on when that's going to air. But thanks very much, man, and we will talk at you soon.
All right on, man. Thank you, guys. Hey, is this live right now?
This is live right now, but it will also be available for download probably by between midnight and 12:30. So.
Oh, cool, because I'm on your site right now, and it's got heavy something else.
Did you go to the live channel?
Probably not, because I'm a moron. Hold on.
He's like, like, wait a minute, that ain't my band on there.
Yeah, if
Oh,
you,
your live schedule or
yeah, click live channel.
live channel? I don't see that. No.
Are you on the homepage?
Yeah, I'm on IPMNation.com.
Okay.
Now tell Matt how hard it is to get through that site. Just
Yes, folks. Tell us. Remote transmission. I can click on that.
Yeah, there you go.
that's what you're on. There you go.
That's what it is.
Yep.
All right. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I hope I didn't say anything. There it is. Click to listen live. I hope I didn't say anything stupid. So I'll check it out.
No,
check
man.
it out later.
All
Thanks
right,
a lot,
so-
guys.
All right, sounds
Have a
good.
great
Thanks,
night.
Kurt. Take care.
Peace out.
All right, so now that Kurt's found the show,
We've taught everybody else how to get there.
so we're gonna play. This is called "Where You Gonna Go" from Before the Crash. After this, Dan and I'll come back and talk at you for a minute. So check this out. It's good stuff. So that was Where You Gonna Go from Before the Crash here on Remote Transmission on IPMNation.com. And I think Dan had a good suggestion. I'm going to look for it right now, actually. Since it came up during the interview, I'm going to go to the MySpace page for Before the Crash, and I'm going to find that other song that sort of that post breakup song that Kurt was talking about, and we'll probably play that at the end of the show because since he talked about it, now I'm curious to hear it. And let's see.
Because we love like bitter, like spiteful.
What did he? Oh, what did he say it was called? Silence?
No, it wasn't Silence. He said it was on here.
I thought he said servant or something.
That's what I thought he said was Servant.
or servant. Yeah, I don't see it on here.
There's nothing else.
No, I don't see it on here. So you know what? We'll play at the end of the show. Well, there's a song in here called Scratch, which has gotten a lot of plays. So that's what we'll finish with when we end the show.
Scratch.
So
We'll pretend that's the irate song.
yeah, exactly. So, and I want to tell everybody too. I want to remind everyone listening that tonight's episode of Remote Transmission, a little bit after midnight at the latest, will be up and available for download. So if you want to listen to the interview again or download it or tell your friends about it, definitely we encourage you to do so. Great band. Like I said, I saw them on the cruise. Trish and I went to Portsmouth to see these guys live, and we're very impressed. And I think it's amazing that, again, for such a new project, that they have such a volume of original material. That's really impressive to me.
That is very impressive.
So, Trish is saying Servant is on the CD, which I don't have because my copy is sitting at the Planet right now.
Oh,
so
good.
That's
Good.
all right. That's all right. I want to mention too that definitely everyone should tune in this Sunday night for Stephen James Blake Countdown to Reality, because we have a very special guest coming on.
Ooh.
And I'm not going to say who it is, but I will tell you this. It will be the most, it is likely to be, this looks like it just froze.
Oh, good.
Oh, okay, it's all set. It is likely to be the most
Controversial.
potentially controversial episode of the show yet. It's going to be someone who Steve is not going to like or appreciate.
And can we just like hint by saying that he loves a certain color of sheet? Could we say that?
Yes.
That he likes his sheets very white.
Well, I'll tell you what. All right, since you said that, if you, for any of our listeners who want to take the initiative, if you go to a website called whitehampshire.com, whitehampshire.com, you can see who the guest is.
Well, he was running for the primaries today, right?
Yes,
So I
and I'm
wonder
sure he
how did.
lost, but he's going to come on anyway.
I might have accidentally voted for him. I
Really?
think I might have. Yeah.
So, yeah, interesting guy. Like I said, Steve's not going to like him. So it'll be interesting to see Steve try to knock him down, which I'm sure he can do.
He will, yeah. And that 172nd African American that's inside Steve will probably get very
Absolutely.
volatile.
Absolutely. So, yeah, go to whitehampshire.com if you want to check out who we're talking about. Or if you'd rather be surprised, don't go to that website and be surprised. Steve has said he will be on time that night for his show.
Now, is he going to be here live or is he calling in?
That, I talked to a representative of him when I set this up, and it sounds like he's probably going to call in,
Oh, okay.
which might be better.
Yes. Yeah.
It might be better that he's not actually in the room.
Because there may be fisticuffs.
Yes.
I'm going to bring back that word.
It'll be a very, very interesting show. So definitely, and everybody come back tomorrow night at 11 p.m. for tomorrow night's episode of Remote Transmission. Adam Ezra will be our guest, calling in from the West Coast. He's got a lot of cool stuff going on. If you just Google Adam Ezra, E-Z-R-A, you'll see what this guy's up to, and very excited to have him on. It's going to be a really good show. Lots of good stuff tomorrow night on the, or tomorrow, period, on the IPMNation.com live channel. At 4 p.m. is of course, Norm and Friends. And at 9:30, Norm Unfiltered. And then at 11 p.m., Remote Transmission, all times Eastern. And
Unless one goes over, like always, but, you know.
no, this
This
week, Norm Unfiltered has to end on time. We have to do Remote Transmission on time this week. So,
Yeah. So we're kicking Norm out right at 11 o'clock.
right, absolutely.
Yeah. Can't get him riled up.
And I think Annie from the Planet is going to be here for Norm Unfiltered. So,
Oh, perfect.
and who else? Who knows? Maybe Glenn RJ will let. Perhaps you, Dan, if you decide to show up here
if
early.
I come in early, yeah, maybe.
So and
Now maybe you're also doing you're going to be doing Local Outbreak with the gentleman tonight that we spoke with. Maybe you can play that song on Local Outbreak.
yes, absolutely.
You know, if it's not a filthy song.
Well, if it is, just bleep it.
True.
So
True.
yes, and the Local Outbreak interview that I'll be doing with Before the Crash will air on September 26th, Sunday, September 26th, on the Planet, 100.1 New Hampshire's Modern Rock. in the Lakes region of New Hampshire. And if you are not in the Lakes region of New Hampshire and will not be able to listen to the show when it first airs, you'll be able to hear it immediately after here on IPMNation.com.
You know, and I just thought of pure irony, because when we were listening to that song, I was telling you about a crash, and we were talking about a band before.
You're
the
right.
crash. So
You're
that is
right.
very ironic, that because I was talking about the situation my dad was recently in, and I
Yes.
was like, before the crash is what I was basically telling you about what was happening. So
That
that kind
is
of ties
true.
everything in, 380 degrees.
It's
I'll
all
say.
it's all fate.
420 degrees of fate.
Wow.
You know, that's how much fate that is.
That's amazing. That's a lot of fate.
That's a lot of fate.
And Dan, Thursday night, are you guys
We're going to have a show Thursday night? I
Thursday
think.
night, verbal ejaculation?
We are going to have verbal ejaculation is back on the air on
All
Thursday
right.
night. Yes, I don't know what's going to be going on. We don't know how crazy it's going to get. I think it's going to be another Naked Thursday. I haven't decided yet.
Really?
But, and hopefully we'll have some people calling in, some special guests, and, you know, just gonna. I'm hoping to get some white supremacists on the show.
Really?
Yeah, I'm thinking before Steve has his show, I want to get like a whole bunch of white supremacists.
Yeah.
So I'm on the lookout for some white. Actually, I'm going to look for Black Panthers. I think we should have Black Panthers on our show on Thursday night, and then Steve can have the white supremacist on.
That'll
his
be
show.
exciting.
I think that would kind of even everything on IPM Nation.
I think so.
But,
Equal
yeah.
time.
For people that have missed the VE will be back on Thursday at 10:45.
All right.
Unless I have something better to do.
All right.
But you never know. I mean, a better offer could come around. You know,
Yes.
It's, you know, I'm opening myself up for other ventures. So,
Wow. Good.
you know.
Good for you,
Good.
Dan. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks for just
Yeah.
abandoning us.
Yeah,
Thanks.
thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I have other radio stations that want me to do shows on Thursday nights. I may be out doing that. I may be working for the Outrageous Rock radio.
Oh,
on
yes.
Thursday night. So I may be on that station Thursday night instead. So.
You know, I'm going to see Hammer on the 29th
You are?
because I'm going to be performing at Jillian's.
Oh.
Doing stage hypnosis during a Latinos on the Move event. Because for anyone who has never seen me or met me in person who's listening to the show, I am, of course, very Hispanic.
Yes. Connerton's a very Hispanic name.
Yep, I can often be seen eating a taco and
You love Taco Bell.
introducing myself as Mateo. Hola, me llamo Mateo. I
Wow.
speak Spanish
Nice.
fluently. So,
Wow.
but yes, I'll be doing stage hypnosis at Jillian's on September 29th.
Of course, it's funny. Again, we've just kind of tied in things because, you know, our guest Kurt was talking about Muddy River that turned into a new bar, which Hammer used to be the
Hammer was
bookings and
Hammer was the booking
promotions
agent
and,
there, yes.
and bouncer and everything else. I think he was head chef. What else did he do over there? He was
it's a small
barback.
world. Yes, he was head chef.
He was head chef
The Muddy
at
River.
He was the executive in charge of the barbecue sauce.
Those
is what I
hammer
think it was.
burgers were great.
Yes, they were. His hammer cake was
Yes.
fantastic. But
Yes.
it just seems everything's just all tying in. I don't know, tonight's a tie-full night.
Yes.
So
Typhoon night.
typho.
Wow.
Is that a fever?
What does that mean?
Typho fever?
Yes.
I don't know. I'm just a giddy little schoolgirl.
You
so
are.
That's all it is.
It's all that non-sex.
It's all that nonsense.
All right.
Anyway,
I'm saving myself for marriage to have non-sex, which is what most people do. I think they get married and then they have non-sex,
well, that's it. You don't want to have
except
sex
when it's time to breed,
Yeah.
or if you're Catholic or however that works. Anyway, all right. So I guess we'll wrap up. So we're gonna play one more song for you. We're
What
gonna
do we play? Scratch?
We're gonna play Scratch because judging from the number of plays,
People like it.
that seems to be a popular song.
Not as popular as the song you like, but still popular.
Right.
So
Yeah,
what does
Where
that
You Gonna
say?
Go is a great song.
That is a great song.
I like
That would be the
everything
hit
too, but-
single.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
That should get a lot of airplay. I think the Planet should play that a lot.
Well,
That's
perhaps
my-
we will.
That's my recommendation to the Planet.
That may be what happens,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
You never know.
We usually do a local outbreak segment in the mornings at 8:20.
Sure.
So, you might hear it there. Or you might hear Scratch. All right. I don't know. I'm looking for... sometimes I'm really bad at ending the show.
Yeah, are you?
And sometimes I'm good at it, and
Yeah.
sometimes I'm not.
Sometimes we ramble on about Steve. At least
I
this
know.
time we didn't, so that's good.
All right.
That's good.
So here it
this
is.
Scratch.
Dan Randlett, thanks for being here
Well, thank
tonight.
you, Matt Connerton,
We'll see you tomorrow night for Adam Ezra.
from Adam and the Ezras. I remember them. back
Oh,
in the
right,
80s.
yeah. Great band.
Great band.
And this is Scratch from Before the Crash on remote transmission on IPMNation.com.